Way to Native Chronicles, and we're back again. This video is going to deal with a subject that's been catching a bit of interest, and that's to do with protecting yourself from dangerous game in the bush using a handgun. And this video is being filmed in Canada, and a lot of people don't know that, but there are provisions in the law for people to carry handguns for protection in the bush in Canada. The requirements are pretty tight. You have to actually be working in the bush, but that includes trappers working on a registered trap line, but you also have to pass a proof of proficiency test and in a lot of paperwork, but it can be done. So what I'm going to show you here is what's basically covered by the proof of proficiency test. It's a test that sort of simulates your ability to protect yourself with a handgun in the bush, because they're not just going to let any yahoo just wander around with a handgun on their side and potentially harm themselves, things like that. So if you're going to carry a handgun in the bush in Canada, you've got to demonstrate that you actually know how to use it, and then it could perhaps stop a bear attack or something like that. So let's get started on this. The first thing in the safety video is let's check the gun to ensure it's empty. This is model 29-3 44 Magnum. It's a particularly long barreled gun. It's a 10 5/8 inch barrel on it. It's originally designed for long range silhouette shooting, and I've got it in a holster that I made myself, and you can see this is tied to my leg. The holster has a snap flap on it. That's all according to the law in Canada. If you're going to carry a handgun, it has to be on your strong side, on your waist. It has to be held down by a flap, and it has to be worn on the outside of your clothing. So basically like this. When you draw the handgun in the proficiency test and fire your shots, it has to be from the draw that you get the gun out, and without endangering yourself during that process. Get your 6 shots off in 20 seconds at a distance of about 50 feet. You got to get your shots all within a defined target area, so it's a bit challenging. So you combine that with the safety aspects, and it's something that you're just not going to walk in off the street and pass a test like that. But with a bit of practice, it can be done. So keeping in mind, 44 Magnum is a high recoiling handgun, so you can't waste any time if you're going to get 6 shots off that fast. So let me just demonstrate the basic technique. If you're in the bush, you could encounter an animal at almost any time, right? You can maybe encounter a bear in your reloading room, right? As a matter of fact, there's one. We killed that bear. Of course, it's kind of easy to do in this room here, but just to give you an idea. Now you can see that when I'm drawing the gun, I'm keeping my hand close to my body, okay? So I've got to break the snap, get the gun out, and punch it out. Now while I'm shooting, I'm using my left thumb to cock the hammer. I'm firing this single action. It's very fast shooting single action. I think it's faster than double action in most circumstances, and it's more accurate. Now you can see when you're doing your draw, you gotta get the gun out, fire your shots, and then when you bring it back to your body, make sure that that hammer is not cocked before you put that gun back in your holster. When you're drawing it, make sure you don't have your finger in the trigger guard. Check the hammer before putting it back in your holster. So that's the basic technique here. Most dangerous part of this whole operation is putting that revolver back in your holster, because that's when you could easily shoot yourself in the leg even down the road, because in all the commotion you may have cocked the hammer and preparing for another shot, realizing the threat is gone, and without thinking about it, you put that cocked revolver back in your holster with a 2-pound trigger on it, like this gun's got. The gun could easily blow your leg right off. So this type of thing is well deserving of some practice to ingrain those habits. So get that gun out, put it back in safely. Not sweeping any part of your body while you're doing it. And as far as the accuracy goes, well, you just have to practice lots with the gun. And if you do, me and my brother Barry here will continue to have a happy life, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, subscribe to my channel. It's the Way to Native Chronicles. See ya. Here's one.